Hey, Raindrops. On today's episode of Reality with the King, Alexis Jansen and I are back to recap, yes, the latest episode of Orange County, but we're also here to recap Alexis' facelift.
The new Alexis that's been back podcasting with you for 3 weeks now, or four, wait, it was this week five, that we never talked about because it was a secret, but now it's out. I was waiting for
So,
my good before and afters, and then I wanted to make sure that it was like it was healed, and I didn't want to talk about it until I was proud and felt comfortable.
well, look, this is the secret you've been teasing for the past 5 weeks. It finally is being revealed. And look, it's amazing. So talk to me about this because you're already a beautiful woman. What made you want to get a facelift in the first place?
Well, it was really a lot about my neck because and photos, and I know we're our worst critics, right,
Yes.
Carlos? You will pick something apart about yourself that no one else notices. I was really getting frustrated in all my photos, and it was like no matter how much I stuck my neck out or what I did, and then my face looked funny, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, let's just chop it off. So, and that happens with older age, right? And I know it's not like I'm obese or like I need to just lose weight there. It's that it was just skin. So that's what started it. But you can't do just a neck. You have to, the doctor explained this when I went to like 4 consultations because John was and my kids were so against it. He had to consult with me like 4 times, poor guy sure earned his money on that one, right? Because I'm like back at his doorstep every day. So, anyways, he explained it like you have to pull everything a little. So he only did 3 millimeters on me, which is super tiny. And it was just enough to make me look like I got a good night's sleep. And that's the funny part is everyone's commenting on the my Instagrams and stuff, and they're like, well, you wasted your time. And I can't even tell the difference. And I'm like, thank you. That's exactly what you want. Like, it just makes me look like I got good sleep. And that's all I was after. And my neck is gone and you didn't even notice my neck. So perfect.
See, so that's the thing. We've been doing this for like 2 years, and but you're right. I never noticed anything wrong with your neck, and your face is already gorgeous. So when I saw the before and after, I was like everyone else, like, look, the good thing, listen, which is the great thing. It wasn't like a Chris Jenner facelift where it was such a visible difference.
Okay, that's the goal. That's what doctors, when you're starting at 49 or 50, that's the goal is if you wait till you're 60, it's going to be such a huge difference that it is like when you walk in a restaurant like what the hell did you just do? When I walk
Yes.
in the restaurant now, it's like no one really notices. They thought it was my hair, like your hair or you got a new tan or you've been out vacationing so you look good. They couldn't put their finger on it. And so now when I get it done at 65 or 60, then it's going to be just another little nip and then you don't have the huge one. So yeah, but I mean, I think Kris Jenner looks amazing, but
Oh, she looks fantastic. Are you kidding me?
just yeah, she just did have a very it was like, oh my gosh, difference. But when you looked at my before and after pictures, be honest with me, because you always are anyway. You're not gonna hurt
Always.
my feelings. Could you tell in the before and afters a little bit like it just looked brighter or refreshed? Or did you not
It
even
was,
see?
the thing is, it was small. It was a small difference. And
Yeah,
what's funny is, I'll speak for myself. I have mentioned that, look, I can tell on OC who's had a little work done because it's visible, right? In terms of it, you could tell off season some work was done,
right.
and it's not jarring, but it's obvious. That's what I use. It's obvious. So with yours, it wasn't obvious. Like the thing is, if you would have never said anything to me, I would have said to myself, and this is me being honest, Alexa's got a good makeup artist.
Ah, I love
That's
that.
it.
That's perfect. Okay, and I
Like,
do that.
like
All
she
my
has a
glam
good
squad.
makeup artist,
Vegas glam's
and
good. New York glam's good. I got all kind. OC glam squad's good. I got all kinds of good glam squads.
yeah. No, you look absolutely stunning. So
Thank
who
you.
was the person that did this amazing work on you?
It's Dr. Lakey in Beverly Hills. Um, and he's worked on quite a few other reality people, and I looked at a lot of his before and afters, and he just made me feel so comfortable because I was nervous, and then he had to meet with John, and John was grilling him, and and then my kids. So I sent my kids my before and afters, and I said, "See, guys, now aren't you glad Mom did that?" And they were like, Mom, which one's the before and which one's the after? And I'm like, the befores are all on top. And they're like, oh, okay, we're happy now. Yeah, we like it. We look good. We love it. So shout out to Dr. Lakey for not ticking off my kids and my husband. So we're all still friends, thank God.
No,
They all
you look
they all like
good.
Dr. Lakey too.
You look good. And what's funny is sometimes you hear horror stories. Like I heard the other day which is Amanda Francis is not
Oh.
returning to the Real Housewives of
Whoa.
Beverly Hills.
What the heck? I almost called you because I was like, I think I just got busy or whatever, but I almost called because you and I are such lovers of her. Like we love her. And I'm just sad. And I thought it was going to be because she decided not to, because she had a tough season. It's because she wasn't asked back, is what I got from that article.
Well, here's the deal. So TMZ, which I would listen, I will go on record saying that TMZ is 99.99% accurate. Like they do not report on anything that isn't fully outsourced, and they have an amazing reputation,
And
right?
that's a great 99% is a great rate. Like it's a great
Yeah.
statistic for what you're discussing and bringing the real news. So go ahead.
Yes. So TMZ reported that Amanda Francis was not asked back by
Right.
production for the show. Amanda Francis on Instagram did a lengthy post and she mentioned, which, listen, I want to give credit where credit is due. So, Alexis, let me read to you
Yes.
exactly what she said so
I haven't
that
seen.
there
Yeah.
isn't, mince words in terms of what she said
Okay.
on her Instagram. So, Amanda Francis, the same day TMZ revealed it, and we really do, honestly, Alexis, because we've been in this business for a long time. TMZ scooped it first. Hours,
Okay.
maybe an hour later or two, Amanda Francis then posted on her Instagram, and this is what she had to say. I'm not going to read everything,
Okay.
but the part that I think you and I should discuss is she mentioned, while this show gave me an incredible platform, a platform is not the same thing as a foundation. Beverly Hills, thank you. I am taking the clarity, the lessons, the plot twist, the spiritual warfare, and the occasional deeply unnecessary dinner party drama into all that God has for me next. And to anyone watching, please know your next move does not require anyone's approval. And you can be grateful for an opportunity and know when it's time to leave.
Uh-huh. Okay.
She's
So,
making it seem like it was her decision, which I listen, I will say this, I haven't contacted my sources to get the truth.
well, honey, if you DM'd her or texted her, she'd tell you because like you had her on your podcast. Like you guys have a broship now.
Yeah, but I want to be honest, and you know this to be true. There's a few OC women who were not asked back and they made it seem like they left on
Ah,
their own.
yeah.
In all fairness.
I think that that's the thing is that like for me, I admit when I quit and I admit when I got fired. So it's like
You and
it's like
Tamara
I'm
and
like,
Vicki.
okay, yeah, yeah, we are honest about it. It's like, nope, I got canned, but who knows if we're gonna get asked back ever again? You never know. But like, and you never know if you're gonna take it, the offer back again. But so I think that it could go either way. I want to get to the bottom of it. Maybe I'll DM her, Carlos.
The thing is this, because listen, one thing Bravo does do that I'll give them credit for as well when it comes to the way they treat their housewives who they let go,
Uh-huh.
they allow them to say whatever narrative they want to say.
You are so right. And they just stay, rise above and they stay quiet and they're just like, whatever. They don't ever go back in the media and say, actually, we fired her, we canned her, we gave her a break. I mean, I think Andy Cohen has been honest about things like that on Watch What Happens Live about like giving Vicki a break, like she took a pause or whatever. I think he's honest about that kind of thing. But in the press, they don't go back and forth with the housewife. You're right. They let
No,
the
once
housewife.
the housewife says they're fired, Andy then talks about like what Tamara said when he
Oh,
said it'll feel real good when they ask you back. Like that was his
yeah.
response to her publicly. So the thing is, did Amanda Francis not get asked back? I will say this, and I'm being very honest. She won a lot of people over in the end, and I found her to be extremely interesting, and you know that, and so did you. It was 8 women. And unless they found someone that, unless they found a person or two that is undeniable, that to me is the only reason why they would look at their roster and say, we have to get rid of her to make room for someone else who they may think is the right choice.
And I thought something different. Or you might be right though, by the way.
No,
But
no, 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 no.
I was thinking because she didn't really create a best friendship or a good friendship with a sincere friendship with any of the women. I thought maybe they were like, she rubbed a couple of the women the wrong way, super bad. And like, I think I think Amanda had such good zingers and comebacks when she was put on the spot that I think she was amazing and held her own. But I wonder if maybe if that was part of it and they were just like, the other women are not that they ice you out because you can't really ice someone out on the show, but maybe production was just like, she doesn't really get along with everybody. But it could be what you're saying, and it could be that
I
she
think
quit.
it's both.
It could be that she quit. It could be that production heard she wasn't into it and wasn't happy with a lot of the drama, and so maybe it was more of a mutual thing. Like the show knew she wasn't really into it. She was probably going to quit, and they just both severed, parted ways.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is my other theory. If she did quit, one of the reasons why she would be if she wanted more money. I just
Oh,
I
oh, yeah.
don't see her leaving because the show was too dramatic. I follow her, and when Rihanna DM'd her and said, "Don't you leave," because she was being very coy with it, which is a housewife play. Are you coming back? I don't know, maybe. Rihanna DM'd her. Amanda posted it. I would too. And
Ah!
she here she go, Alexa. She goes, I mean, if Rihanna wants me to stay, maybe I should really stay. And I was like, Amanda, okay. So I think maybe she wanted more money. What do you think?
I
She's a
think
money queen after all.
I know, and I think that could very well be true because I mean, it's a known fact they don't pay the first year girls anything. I mean, you are making chump change to be a first season housewife. It wasn't always that way. I mean, we all started, a decade and a half ago or 15 years ago, I get, which is a decade and a half.
Mhm.
They paid a little bit different. So I almost wonder if maybe you're right. And she was like, for everything I just endured and went through, and this drama that I had no idea about. I did the first year for free, basically. And if you don't
Yeah.
pay me what I think I'm worth, and maybe because it's super time consuming. It's super unexpected, the things that happen at dinners and things like that. And a lot of times uncalled for, like Amanda said. So I don't know. You're right. I think you're right.
So the rumor is this. I don't know if you know this person, but I'm a huge fan. The show's no longer on the air, but I was a huge fan of Million Dollar Listing LA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tracy Tudor is rumored to be a Beverly Hills contender as a housewife. Who I will say this, if it's not true, Alex Baskin,
Jump
bravo.
on that phone.
Carlos King the first. I would love to see Tracy Tudor as a housewife. Tracy is beyond gorge. She is spicy. She's a great mom. She's an astute businesswoman. She is wealthy. I think they broke up. She had a hot young trainer as a boyfriend. Like, Tracy is that girl. So I'm telling you, I want to see Tracy Tudor as a Beverly Hills housewife. Make that shit happen. Alexis, am I wrong?
She just had a facelift too, by the way. She was one of my inspos, because Tara was
Ooh,
one of the first inspos because she got hers at 49, her first one at 49 or 50. And then my other best friend got hers at 49 or 50. And then Tracy Tudor got hers. I'm like, girl, I am on board now because I looked at your before and afters and I am on board. Okay.
yes, honey.
Okay, if you had your druthers, a new season with Tracy Tudor or keep Amanda, what would you say?
Ooh, Alexa, you are so shady. Let me plug in my light
I am
bulb.
I am shady as I drink my Alani. Honey,
Oh,
call
Lord.
me shady.
Okay.
Whoa. Think about it because that's a hard call.
That's a hard call.
Okay, well, what if you could get rid of one housewife and add Tracy and keep Amanda?
If I had, okay.
Well,
I
I
will.
want Jennifer Tilly as a full time, but we're talking about Beverly Hills, and we're supposed to be recapping.
No, we will. We will. We will. We will. We will. We will.
I want
Okay.
Jennifer Tilly as a full time.
I will lose Sutton to keep Amanda and
Oh,
add Tracy Tudor.
I do not agree. I love me some Sutton. She brings a totally different, I love me some Sutton. So I don't know. I
What
think
would you choose? I answered your question. What would you choose, honey?
I was just going to go there. I think I would keep Amanda if I had the druthers. But if Amanda quits or gets fired, I would then say Tracy's great if we can't make or bring her on as a friend of and put Jennifer in full cast.
Okay. So raindrops, let Alexis and I know what you guys think. But I will say this, Amanda, you were amazing on the show. It is
We
rare
love
to
you.
We love you. It's rare to see a housewife have it hard in the beginning and then to win the fans over towards the end.
Yeah.
Even Rihanna loved you. So it's a tough gig. We'll see what happens, but I will support Amanda and her new book, just like I will support Carmella as my developer, real estate agent,
Ah,
and broker.
I think it's such a word of some semantics. I just think that if she says she's a developer and Vicky doesn't like that word, it's like, who cares? She's a boss lady. I mean, like both Vicky and her are boss women, so it's okay if Vicky wants to call herself a queen of real estate or queen of insurance or whatever
hmm
the title. I don't know. It's like I don't care. They're both.
No, so let's get into it. So the episode kicks off when you get to get both perspectives, and I love when scenes do this. I love when scenes are there's two separate scenes and they're all like integrated into one to where they
Right.
flip back and forth and seeing it. So I really did enjoy seeing Carmela, Emily, with Jen plus Jen and Vicky and just getting sort of that world collided.
Yeah.
Of course, listen, they're still talking about the fact that Carmela bought Emily a Dior bag and a dildo, and Jen is with Vicky, and Vicky is not feeling Carmela at all. Carmela learns from Emily why. And Carmela thinks that Vicky is stuck in the 1950s mindset, and doesn't understand why she has such a hard on for her. Why do you think this is the case? Is it just simply that Vicky is hazing the new girl? Like, is it just that, or do you think that Vicky is onto something, questioning the validity of Carmela's career?
100%. This I think it's the second. I think because Vicky is known, both are kind of true though. Vicky is known for having the hard on for the new girl. I mean, she had it hard for me for a whole year. Once I got hazed into the group, then, and then she was starting to lose her marriage with Dawn, and her and I had that deep talk about like, she's like, don't, whatever it is, Alexis, don't let the show get in the way of your marriage. Don't get, and Jim and I were fine at that point. We weren't having issues at that point. And so she's just like, put your marriage first, stay married to your husband and your kids who have their dad. Because we all know still has a hard time and feels guilty about, breaking
Yeah.
the family. I think that she does do that to the newbies, but I truly think Vicky has a gut feeling or just doesn't like Carmela. I truly think that because I know Vicky and she usually she'll come around by the end or soften up a little or whatever. So we'll have to see how the episodes play out. But what was I just listening to? What this is why I have a little bit of intel. Watch What Happens Live. Gina was on last night after, and something was said about one of the people in the audience or whatever said something about Carmela and Vicky's disagreement, and Gina goes. And it gets worse. Oh no, it was the person with Gina said, I feel bad for Carmela, and Gino goes, oh, and it gets worse. So
Woo!
I don't think that Vicky's gonna lighten up on this, and does not. I think she does not like Carmela. Wait for the reunion, I bet. But
Oh, oh. Listen, Vicky is saying things about Carmela that is a little bit unfortunate for Carmela's reputation in her business. And not to skip towards the end, but I do want to bring this up. Listen, love Vicky. Vicky's great. I will say I am on Carmela's side when she's like, I thought you were a woman who supports women. And I think, listen, Vicki to me was somebody who appreciated a working woman, a hardworking woman, right? A woman who isn't relying on a man. Those are what she has said publicly on the show and in interviews, which is why it's hard for me to stomach why she's giving Carmella a hard time because listen, everything's Googleable. So if you really did think she was a fraud, all you have to do is Google her on MLS, see what she has done. And I think Carmella, I don't know, Carmella got these girls shaken up. And these women. What is it about Carmella that has, and we'll get to this later with Gina, she's these women are like giving her a hard time. Is it just hazing or is it deeper than that? I can't put my finger on it.
I think there's a true initiation process with it. I'm no matter what housewife franchise you're on, I think there's an initiation process. It's
Okay.
kind of like a sorority. But what I will say for Carmela is I think it's because she's coming in so hot, like, okay, I'm gonna bring a dildo. I'm just gonna be bold and buy a Dior clutch that was $2,700 and put a dildo in it. I think that it's because she's not just kind of like slowly integrating herself. She's like, bam, I'm here and I'm bringing a dildo and I'm going to make everybody laugh. And I also, she just has a and I'm still married to my ex, my husband that I'm not getting a divorce from, but we're done. I mean,
Yeah.
there's just a lot of things about her that are so kind of in your face, bam, that the women are like, okay, what? And like when Vicky said, like Vicky's questioning so much about that she made the 1.4 million on her first house. Do you believe that? Or is that like, so I wonder if some of the things that Carmela is saying are just so bold that it makes the women, and maybe it's because there's no freaking storyline for anyone and it's a boring season and they're just trying to create some shit. I mean, look at how boring the episodes are right now. Sorry, guys. It's not their fault. It just, for some reason, I don't know. There's no real drama. We're still talking about dildos and white boxes with words put in them. I don't know.
Alexis, not only did you have a facelift, my love, you also have a shade lift because when I say to you, listen, that was supreme shade because supreme shade is when it's unexpected. I had no idea you was going to go there. And that's I'm like, Alexis, shit. Next time, warn me.
No, Carlos, we don't operate like that. We made the pact to never call or text before any of these podcasts,
Yes.
and we are authentic, and we don't let you know where we're going at any given time. You don't know where this bus is taking you. We could go right or we could detour left. Okay, you just don't know. But the one thing you know is it's honesty coming out of both of us. There is no plan.
All right, because I have tons of thoughts on what you just said. Um, I'll save it towards the end. Okay, so
Okay.
remind me, Alexis, because
Oh, I
I
wait. Oh, honey, I'm not
look,
gonna let it go. So
look,
yeah.
spoiler alert,
Uh-huh.
I
I,
concur. Okay, so the thing is, Jen is being asked by Carmela to help her with I can't get it out because it's so funny to me. So Carmela's like, hey Jen, I know you need money. I know you need to do something. So
You want to
how
come
about
clean my toilet? Come clean my toilets and then you can dust my windowsills and then I'll give you 20 grand. Would you like that? And we can even do it under the table, Jen, so you don't have to claim taxes on it. I'll give you 20 grand to come look at tiles and how does she even know? What if Jen can't pick a tile to save the life of her and she chooses like a stone that doesn't even go with the room? I mean, I don't. Hey, it was in my mind when I first was watching it. I thought that is so sweet, though. I don't care. That is such a sweet gesture. It just makes me feel like though, like I'm like, what do I have around the house that Jen could do? Handyman work? Can you do that?
it's like, does Jen work for TaskRabbit? Like, what are we doing? Listen, if you want to give anybody $20,000, me and Alexis will split it and make sure that these recaps are in your favor.
Carlos, we take 10, 5 each. 10. We'll go down. We'll give you a discount. You're 50% off today.
We're cheap. Listen, it doesn't.
This is a good deal. We're a good deal. Bargain.
That's a
Bargains
great
over here.
talk about a bargain. Like you don't have to spend 20 to listen. I love Jen, just a great woman. To listen, it's one thing to sort of be like, hey, be my intern, be my shadow, watch me do this job, see if it's something you're interested in. Um, but to have Emily ask her like, so how much you gonna pay her? I do think Carmela just made up the number. I really think she had no idea what even the thought process of that was. I do think she threw out $20,000, but I also love that Vicky said, I bet you that Ryan is going to take advantage of this opportunity and find some way to insert his ass in there.
I think I don't agree with you on the that she just pulled that number out of there. I think she knows what she probably pays someone else to be her assistant on a project. And so probably was just like, I'll just pay Jen to be my assistant on this project. And it's probably 20 grand. So I don't know. I think she probably had I mean, if you know your finances, if you run a business, you know how much you pay X, Y, and Z. You don't, it doesn't just slip your mind. Like I know how much I paid my kid yesterday. And if it, if it was $12, I'm like, you owe me that $12 back because that was for Starbucks and I'm not paying for all your Starbuckses, like I know every dollar. So I think she probably did. I think she probably didn't know the number, but I thought I took that scene with Ryan. I thought that she said that Vicky goes, maybe I heard it wrong. I thought Vicky goes, you know, she's probably going to ask Ryan to be the next person to flip his house. Like, and I thought
Oh, yes.
I took it the other way.
Yes,
That
yes,
Ryan
yes,
was going to insert himself, but that Vicky was saying she's probably Carmela. I don't trust her so much that I think she's probably going to go to Ryan and ask to flip their house, and that's where Jen's going to be inserted. I don't know.
yes, yes. No, no, no. I think you're right. I think you're right too. So the thing is, we'll see what happens with that. I do like that she's throwing Jen a bone because, listen, Jen has been very honest about listen, she borrowed money from her parents 2 seasons ago. So she's been very honest about her financial status. So the fact that Carmela's trying to help her, I do like that. I also like the fact that Carmela is telling everybody about her past because I think she's playing the game of let me tell you my tea before you investigate me and try to throw it against me.
Right.
So to know that she violated a restraining order because she had an altercation with a woman that had some sort of dealings with her husband that she's estranged from. And they were in this strip club in Ohio dancing on a pole. And she tried to like give her these looks, and the friend threw a drink on her. Great casting. This is the type of woman I want to see on this show. I mean,
Well, thing is like that's another thing that I think these women are just like, like I said, she's coming in with bam. Because not many of the housewives have restraining orders or have been arrested or assaulted for that matter, So I mean, it's like she got all of it all at once. I just think that it's kind of like making the women question like everything. I don't know. But for me, I love that she was open about it, Carmela, and that she just divulged everything. And it's just like, you can try to, find it and scoop it up on me and then try to play it against me or like TMZ me with it. But whatever, I'm just going to let you know what happened. This is what happened. And
I
she
love that. I listen, I really do like her a great deal, and I like the fact that she's open and honest about her past, what she's going through. And listen, I find her to be super interesting. So Vicky, Shannon, Gina, and Heather, they went out to have drinks. And Shannon talks about the state of her and Tamara's friendship and said that they were exchanging friendly texting and how she really wants it to stay that way. But obviously, she's still cautious. I gotta be honest with you. I don't give two shits about this storyline. I just don't care. I'm not invested in Tres Amigas. Goodbye. I don't care. I do not. Sh Spoiler alert. In real life, Shannon and Tamra will never be friends. Ever.
Well, that's not a
Ever.
spoiler alert. Everybody knows that.
Well, I feel like they're trying to make it seem like there's hope.
Well, of course they are. It's a TV show, Carlos. I mean, that's what they're supposed to be doing. But it's all about conflict resolution. But so I think that okay, see, and I have, as a viewer, I have a different look on it. I am liking it. I am liking that, okay, we can finally move on because I'm telling you, the shtick of it keep going on and on for 2.5, 4 years, whatever they, how long
Yeah.
Tamara's been back is really old. That if Tamara walks in the room, Shannon goes like this and ignores her. It's like, bros, you guys are on a TV show together. You have to find a way to make some kind of a amicable working relationship. You ain't got to like your secretary or your partner's secretary, but you got to say hi to her when you walk in the door. You got to be amicable because you work in the same building.
Yeah.
So kind of the same thing. So I was excited to, I was excited. I like it. Sorry.
No, no, no. The thing is this. I just don't need it spoon fed to me that we're trying to off camera have these friendly texts. I agree with everything you're saying. Like, yes, I'm not saying I want y'all to fight. All I'm saying is I don't need every episode to hear about a text. She said good morning and can I bring over paper towels to help you clean? Like I don't need to be told what you guys are doing. I'm okay. I'm actually okay with you guys coexisting at work and not having to speak to each other besides pleasantries.
Okay.
You know, like I don't know. I don't listen, raindrops, let us know in the comments if you really do need to hear live updates about a text between Tamara and Shannon to make it valid that they are trying to work in their friendship. I'm just saying they're not friends. They'll never be friends. I'm with Alexis Jansen. Coexist. You guys are coworkers, and I'm okay with that.
I think they're just trying to make it look like it is happening behind the scenes, not just for the camera. I think
Yes.
that's the point, and that's what you don't want. You don't want to see the for the camera behind the scenes text. Instead, you'd rather just see what plays out on camera and let it go and leave it be.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I get it.
Exactly.
I get
All
it.
of that and more and more.
Got
Okay.
it. Next.
Speaking of dramatics, Heather Dubrow has alleged that she did not sleep last night on her plush 400-count pillow sheets from the Ritz-Carlton.
Honey, her pillow count ain't 400, or sheet count ain't 400. She is
How
up in the
much is
12 or 1600s, honey. Because if I'm at 12, she's at 16 or 2. They probably, I don't even know if they make a 2000, but she ain't at a 400. That's what that's your college kids' dorm sheets. Just letting you know, like we had to get clear
Okay.
that up, okay?
Please correct me. Heather, apologies for giving your thread count the same as your children's dorm, okay?
Well, no,
Uh,
her children's dorm also have 1200 or 16 or 2000. I'm just saying mine don't. I'm not, unless they, I'm trying to keep my kids a little humble here, okay? You don't get my thread count yet. You got to earn it.
so here we are. Heather is saying, Alexis, she did not sleep last night because after Tamara's party, she went home and she cried herself to sleep because Emily once said to her in the premiere episode, "You're like one of my best friends now," which Emily, please. And then she was mad that at Tamara's party, Emily kind of like didn't really speak to her, but then also was kind of like getting it to her in terms of like, you do enough talking, I'm gonna talk now. And then, Heather starts crying and says that she's upset by Emily's actions. And again, maybe I have a black heart. I just don't buy these emotions that are happening off camera allegedly. And then to see her cry, I'm like, you're crying over Emily Simpson? I don't know. I think they're trying so hard to me, once again, to make us audience believe that we love each other. We are a real friend group, and I just think it's bullshit.
I wonder what you think about this. I thought when I watched that scene that it really had more to do than with just Emily. I kind of thought because they are kind of poking a lot at Heather right now. This it seems like they've been, Heather's had a rough couple episodes.
Hmm.
Just slightly, not like nothing. I mean, Carmella's had it. Okay, she's been put through the ringer, but Heather's kind of had a little bit of it. I felt like maybe it's more of that just pent up from having, like, it seems like everyone's kind of got an issue or something to say about Heather. And that's, I kind of thought maybe the tears were coming and she didn't sleep because of Emily, but I also in my mind was thinking, and I do know Heather and she is sensitive. So I was also thinking maybe it's just because there was too many, things and it just added to it. And that was just that's what made it spilleth over kind of thing.
I actually received that. I received that. I think because she hasn't been in a hot seat like this,
Yeah.
that if you remove Carmella, that every episode people have from Jen to Tamara to Emily, they have been calling out Heather because I think they
No.
now feel like you are one way behind the scenes and you are another way on camera.
Yeah.
So that makes sense to me.
And
If
I just wondered when I was watching it because I agreed with you. I was like, I don't think she'd really cry. I know she's sensitive, but I don't think she'd cry only over that. Even I wouldn't probably even cry over just that. I just think it was because Heather feels like it's always something with me right now. And Heather has had a couple really good seasons and easy seasons where she's gone under the radar.
Mhm.
So, it all started when Jen just started calling her out this season. Jen's the one that kind of threw her under the bus a little and said, you know, you were talking about smack on Tamara, and now I don't trust you as much.
Yeah, I think because Jen called her out, then Tamara said we are social besties, right? And then Emily saying to her, like, well, you did say this about Jen, and Jen finding out Tamara's party. All of that makes complete sense to me. And that should have been Heather's response to it in terms of why is everyone attacking me? I have done whatever she wants to say, but Heather has always had it easy. Heather has it's I haven't seen a season ever besides this one where Heather has been called out for how duplicitous she is with these women. And I actually think that's a fresh is it fresh a breath? No, a breath of
A breath of fresh air. You usually have to help me. I got you on this one,
I
honey.
know.
I owe you, okay? A breath of fresh air.
Okay, let's can you imagine a breath air. I'm like, what the fuck am I saying right now? A breath of fresh air that they have been calling her out. I find that honestly to be interesting because it's new.
Well, it's new, and for me, I feel like it's actually organic. Where some of this stuff, like they're still talking about a handbag and a vibrator. It's like I feel like that's kind of an organic thing that the women are feeling. So I think that that's the kind of stuff I like to hear and see. Not that it's on Heather or whatever. I just like the more organic stuff than when they're reaching into a bag of tricks trying to pull something out of the hat just to make something work. Because like you and I are saying, it's like all of this drama that's happening right now is just so it just doesn't seem, I don't know if it's authentic or if it just doesn't seem like it's something they'd really still be talking about. Like, I just don't know a group of women that would still be talking about it this many days later of getting around each other? So
Yeah,
let's see where they go with Heather because I don't know if they're done or that's the end of it now that she cried. They're going to ease up on her or what?
yeah, no, I'm with you because even when Emily and Tamara are walking and talking, I'm sorry, Gina and Tamara
Yeah.
are walking and talking. Look, Gina Gina is trying to explain to Tamara why she's very cautious against Carmella. And one thing that I think you and I both agree with is in real life, Gina and Emily are best friends. Like they are best friends. I could see Gina having, a good eye on Carmella based on like, what are you trying to do? So she's telling Tamara that she just believes Carmella has a motive. in this Dior bag giving and giving her something to masturbate with. She feels like this isn't normal, and she wonders if Carmella is trying to win over Emily by doing this. And do you think, Alexis, that Gina is just a little jealous that someone wants to be friends with her best friend?
Gosh, this is hard. Um, I think if I'm really thinking about it, I think again they're pulling at stuff to try to find some kind of drama somewhere, and it's easy to target Carmela because she's the new one, and
Yeah.
she does do bold gestures. Um, but I don't know that if I agree that Gina's jealous of it. I think Emily just happened to be the first person that had a birthday, and they were doing it at a drag show, and they all dressed up as old women. So it's all kind of quirky in itself and kind of weird and it's, in itself. And then yet, and playing bingo, add all those things together. It's all just a jumble, but it's kind of cool and it's fun and it was fun to watch. So I think that if it would have been anyone's birthday, Jen's, Vicky's, I think Carmela would have got given the same gift. I think Carmela was literally just trying to be funny. You can tell she has a sense of humor and she does not take things seriously. She lets it roll off as far from what I can tell. I mean, we don't know her, but I act like I do. And so I don't know what I think about Gina if she's jealous. What do you think?
I actually agree with you 100%. I don't think she's jealous because the thing is, no one can take. They've been on this show. I thought about this last night as I was watching it. I'm like, Gina and Emily have been on like,
7 years. I think 7 years.
which is like kudos to them, right? To last that long, especially when social media wanted them gone after their second season. But they have survived. I think in 7 seasons, you've seen Emily make friendships with other women. I just don't think anybody can come between them. I will agree with you, and I do feel like this is just the way it is this season, as we're seeing 5 episodes in. I think they all collectively said this is something that we can harp on. I don't think Gina's jealous. I don't think I don't think she's even worried that Emily's going to be friends with
Right.
Carmela. That's not even a realm of possibilities. I think Gina saw an opening to
Yeah.
start some drama,
Yeah.
and she is going to use it for her
That's
safety net for her job.
That's what I was kind of thinking. I was
Yeah.
kind of like, there's not a lot of true drama. And I feel like I said, Carmela is the easy target right now because she's new. She's doing bold things that create stir and create conflict naturally, or I guess it's not conflict, but like create questions. So I just think it was an easy in.
Yeah. So Vicky has an event, and the girls are all there. Tamara tells Vicky she invited Carmela.
Which I
Um,
was like, that's pretty bold. You don't usually do that to Vicky because it's like she's not really an easygoing kind of girl when it's about that kind of thing. I wouldn't have done that, but Tamara's like, yeah, well, she's coming, so be ready.
be ready.
Then Vicky was like, oh, okay. And then Vicky's smile, God, I love Vicky. I love her back on the screen. Her smile when she was like, well, she's not even supposed to be here. I don't know. Oh, hi. I was like, babe, I love you, Vicky. I just love you. I
No,
texted
Vicky's
her and told her
great.
how much I love her this season. I'm like, girl, you are making me because she doesn't watch the episodes ever. And I'm just
She
like, you
doesn't?
made me pee my pants. No, no, I just had a long call with her, but didn't see that episode, so I told her what it was about. I go, girl, you are keeping me like laughing and Carlos so much. Like we are just laughing with you.
Yay. No, we love. I thought it was hysterical. I actually laughed out loud when Carmela is greeting Vicky, and she was like, we already met. And Vicky corrects her and says, we met-ish.
And then they flash back to the 2 times that they have already been around each other and met. So I don't know. That's just Vicky. And in Vicky's mind, she's like, I don't know who you are. I mean, I can totally see Vicky and know exactly what she's thinking in that moment. She's like, we have not sat down and have coffee. I don't know smack about you. And yeah, we've seen each other at 2 different work moments. So one we're at a bingo party dressed as old women, and the other one we're at the Valentine's Day party. But you did meet twice, Vicky.
Med-ish. And I think that's why she said that, because to your point, they're not conversing off camera. Because
Mhm.
what we also learned in this episode that Carmella Gina does not have Carmella's number, which shows you that after 5 episodes in, you're not trying to get to know Carmella off camera. So I think to your point, Vicki mine is sort of like, I don't know you because I only see you when we're working. And that's what to me is going to be what Gina said last night, Watch What Happens Live. We're going to see more of because Vicki is not letting up on Carmella at all.
But Carlos, you as a producer know that when you're a cast member, you are very highly told or discouraged from communicating with the housewives outside of filming. So it wouldn't be so odd that she didn't have Carmela's number yet. After the reunion, have at it. You can talk all you want, but during production, they highly discourage you discussing, and you can even get a slap on the wrist for talking off camera because they want to leave everything organic, which I get it.
No,
You're
for
filming
sure.
a show. So it doesn't, to me, that didn't make me feel weird that she didn't have Carmela's cell yet because they just met. They met as they were working. They haven't been done filming yet. Now they are, I'm sure, and they've all exchanged numbers, but I don't know. So plus it kind of just seemed very from the beginning, like that Gina just didn't take to Carmella very well, like Vicky didn't take to Carmella very well. Those two. I feel like Tamara likes her. I feel like Jen likes her, you know?
No, those who like her. I
Oh,
think
and
the rest.
Shannon likes her because they went and did that little on cue thing. So,
Yeah, I think listen, in Shannon's world, she would love for the show to revolve around her, Vicky, Heather, and she can tolerate Gina and Emily. I think she's also like, I'll do my job. I would much rather film a Carmella than having to deal with Tamara. I think that's her mindset, which is why she is open to the idea of a Carmella. Um, so Heather tells Emily how she was hurt by her, and Emily clarifies that she didn't tell her to shut up. She just said, "You've been talking all night," and now she wanted to talk. And then Gina tries to interrupt, and Emily said, "I don't need you." And Gina took that in terms of, I don't need you as a friend. I don't need you as a human being. And once again, Emily is trying to clarify this point, saying, I don't need you in this conversation right now.
Emily just didn't want two people on her at the same time. She doesn't want to be corrected twice. She just was like trying to have the conversation with Heather. And again, I feel like this was just an easy argument that looks organic but can cause some drama because now the two best friends are bickering at the dinner table too. So it's all about the dinners.
And I also felt like, and I hate to be this person, I uh, I
Oh
don't want
God.
to be. I know. Listen, honestly, it's not my fault. So, like, please, I'm not. Maybe it's just me. I'm not buying anything this season as real. I'm just not buying it. The Emily Gina mishap, I thought was those two leaning in because they don't have anything else to lean into. I don't I think Gina took something that we all know Emily did not mean and she ran with it for the sake of drama. Like let us argue so that we're giving them something different. I did not think for a second that Gina was really offended by something so small. I just did not buy that for a second.
Well, and
I did.
you know your best friend too. It's like you know your best friend better than anyone, so you know that Emily didn't mean it. I don't need you like in life. So yeah,
Yeah.
your point could be valid.
Did you buy it?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I thought it was just it was like playing it up for the camera to now have two best friends fighting at the dinner table also, just to create more drama at dinner.
And that leads me to Gina's argument with Carmela. Um, Gina tells Carmela that she did hear that she told Heather that Emily talks too much. And then at her birthday party, um, she brought the gift and she felt like if you feel like Emily talks too much, why bring her a gift? And then Carmela's trying to explain herself, even when it came to like her business, and she's in the hot seat, and Gina is really, yelling at her, saying, "This is my best friend. Now hold on, baby. You don't want." Alexis, I literally was like, what am I watching right now?
So
I'm
let
not
me
buying any of this bullshit. I'm just
let
not
me sum
buying
it
any
up
of
for
it.
you, Carlos. From what I'm gathering from what you're saying is you thought this dinner was a really absolute fail, flop, zero on a scale of 1 to 10. Like I am gathering what you're sending my way. I'm kind of picking it up a little that girls, you did not do a good job at this dinner.
I just, I just,
Per Carlos King's words.
I'm just saying. You know what I wish would have happened, honestly? And listen, I want to get your thoughts, obviously, on the Gina and Carmella thing. First of all, shout out to Carmella for hanging in there and for standing up for herself against all these women as a newbie. That is not easy.
No.
If anything, similar to Amanda Francis, when those women were so mean
Yep.
to Amanda in Beverly Hills, it made us like Amanda more. Seeing how they're so mean to Carmella and how Carmella is standing up for herself in a very respectful way,
Yes.
it's making us like Carmella even more. And I will say the one thing that came out of it that I did enjoy, I I'm I love all the girls. I will say this on the record. As of now, I'm only interested in seeing Carmella. Like I don't I am. I
Oh,
am. No one's giving me
oh,
anything. No
oh
one's
my
giving me
God.
anything. No one's giving me appointment television. No one's giving me anything that makes me I can't wait until next week. No one's giving me
Oh,
anything that's allowing me to be like, ooh, what's the next scene after that? You know, every time Carmella's in her personal story scene, I'll speak for myself, Alexis. I'm glued. I'm like, oh, what's that?
well, because you don't know where she's bold. You don't know what's coming out of her mouth next. We just found out she was arrested and assaulted and has, you just don't know what's happening in her. And I agree with you. I love the fact that what's respectable is that Carmela isn't sitting there like a wallflower and taking the beating when everyone's ganging on her. She's saying things very eloquently instead of just spouting off and acting mad because you can actually get people to listen when you're actually saying something that's intelligent and not using fighting words and you're just speaking calmly and she never loses her cool. It's really it's a good job for being a first year rookie for sure, you know?
Hmm.
But you are really just I'm gonna just let you run with it because you are not happy. Well, here's the thing, Carlos. So last year when we did season 19 of OC, how
Yes.
many episodes did it take? And then Beverly Hills took us to like 8 till you and I were like, oh, we're in now, baby. So we're only on 5. Maybe it's another slow burn. Maybe this season's gonna be a slow burn. Although I did watch the preview for next week. What did you think of that preview? Because I usually love the previews show like make you want to watch it, you know?
Yeah, I feel like listen, as a viewer, the only thing I'm remotely interested in seeing with drama is Vicky and Carmella. Because I think that
Well, it's real.
I was just
It's
about to
real.
say, I think it's a real issue. I think it's a real thing. I think even when Carmella called out Vicky for putting women down, and Vicky says, "You're not a flipper, you're a developer," and talked about like what her soon to be, husband, he's a developer, and she's confused by it. And I really do think Vicky is confused by it, but I think it's also semantics. And but I will say I'm intrigued by that because that to me is who Vicky is. Vicky is a career woman, and if Vicky can poke holes at the story, I think Vicky is really not believing what Carmela does. And I think Carmela has a real issue with it because I think based on her being a former Playmate model, she already knows that more than likely people think she's an airhead and that she lays on her back for money. And I think she's trying to prove to people that I also have this going on and respect that I do this. And I'm here for that.
And I believe Carmela is successful on her own. I don't care what the name of what she's doing is. I don't care if it's developer, flipper, toilet cleaner. I don't care what the title is. I think she's doing a great job at being successful, you know? So that's where I stand. I don't know.
No, I agree with that. And so for me, going back to what you said earlier about this episode being boring, it's the problem.
Notice, hold on, Carlos.
Go ahead, baby.
I just had something. I want to preface it before you go on your tangent right now because think of the one name that we have not mentioned this entire podcast. The one name. Do you think maybe that has something to do with it? Because she's sitting back and not doing much, and she's just,
Oh,
we haven't mentioned Tamra one time because Tamra's just everybody's friend this season and trying to really change and be the, calmer and this and that. But if she wasn't, guess what? We'd be probably liking some stuff. We wouldn't be saying it's boring.
I I want to cry.
Oh,
Listen, okay. This is I feel like we've been doing this forever.
oh,
This is our third recap of OC or second?
ah,
Second.
yeah. No, it's our third. The first one was season, oh,
Maybe second.
it's only 19 and 20 because I was on 18.
Yes, and we didn't
You know what it
recap.
was? I came on your podcast a few
Yes,
times in season 18 as
yes,
a guest, not as a co-host or
yes.
whatever you call them. I don't know
Yeah,
what my
yeah,
title
yeah, yeah,
is. A sidekick.
yeah. You're my co-host, baby. You're Nova's sidekick. So I just I remember telling everybody, I literally would call people or I would have dinner and they're like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "You guys have to watch OC." And they're like, "Shut the fuck up. Are you serious?" I'm like, "No, OC is so good." Like you came back, what, was it 18? I told these motherfuckers, I said, 18 is so good. Watch it. 19, so well, 17 was good. 'Cause I think no, because Tamara came back 17.
Yeah,
And that's when we met Jen. So I said 17, good. 18, good. 19 last year. People complained about the darkness or whatever, but the whole thing with like Katie and Gretchen. I have to admit, you and I both were like, this is so fucking good. Like, whatever.
well, again, it's organic. It was real things that were causing real problems.
Yes. So for the past 3 years, people know me. Were like, Carlos' favorite housewife is OC. Like he can't stop talking about OC. And then this season, I think because it's the 20th, I did expect more. And with the return of Vicki, um, I did expect more, and this could be unpopular, and it's fine. I'm just a little bit underwhelmed with this season, if I'm being honest.
I know.
Maybe it'll kick into high gear, but
I know. And that's the thing I was thinking about last night when we were going to be potting today. And I was thinking, it really was boring. I had to keep myself from going to like go get laundry and do this or do that. And in between, I was finding it was like, and then I would watch the scene and I would kind of start thinking about work tomorrow and things I have to do first thing in the morning. And then I'd be back, I'd be like, oh, okay. So, and then I'd have to rewind and watch it again. So I just am hoping that see, like with RHO Beverly Hills, it season or
yes.
Alexa, spit it out. Beverly Hills, episode 8 turned for you and I. And when we got on the pod that morning, we were like, it was all back. We were like doing backflips in our chairs and all that. I'm just thinking it's episode 5. I'm trying to be optimistic, glass half full. Let's just wait and see. And do you know,
Okay.
is there 17 episodes? I think I heard somewhere. Is it 17 with the reunion? Because Beverly Hills had 21 with the
Yeah.
reunion. I'm wondering if, so then from 8 to 21, Carlos, you and I were in and it was great. So if they have 17 by 8, that's you're halfway through, you know?
Yeah, no, we're halfway through, and they're going to Vegas next in the
I know, and I don't even, I'm sorry, but I'm like, I don't want to see you put on a costume I'm just like, oh, I don't know. Ugh.
See, so the thing is this is not okay. I don't feel bad anymore because, of course, I'm thinking like, am I cynical? I just think that been there, done that. I've seen this all before. I've seen the
Right,
Vegas thing. I've seen the costumes. I've seen it.
right.
And I think what's being shoved down our throats is we are real friends who have fun. And I just think that what we love about these shows is yes, that. but obviously we love real organic drama, conflict resolution, and you hit the nail on the head. I think because Tamra has to be so subdued that this is what happens when you put baby in the corner.
Wow, that's good. Yep. And that's what I
Yeah.
was trying to say. I'm like, look at the one name we didn't bring up till the very end. Because guess what? She's been put in the corner. Let's see
Uh,
if she comes out next season or if she comes out late. I'll go pull
let's
her out of the corner. I'll take her dancing.
I'll take it all. Let me listen. I need that back. But we're gonna be
Okay.
optimistic. It's episode 5.
I'm
We
thinking, let's cross your fingers. Let's be optimistic. Okay.
yes, like Alexis said, we think there's 17 episodes, so we have 12 more to go.
I
And
think I heard approximately 17 or read it somewhere. So I don't know. It might be,
okay,
but
maybe a little bit. Okay,
could
so
be
we
less.
have a few more episodes to go. But Raindrops, listen, let us know in the comments. Comment on Apple, on Spotify, or tweet us, but let us know your thoughts.
I am
Are
going to ask you next when you're looking at all these comments. I'm going to ask you next week when we start what are they bored with it too, or are they liking it? Because maybe you and I are just being too critical because we do this for a living. I don't know.
no, I will say this. I will say this. I've seen on threads.
Okay.
I forgot which housewife of OC asked the question. Maybe Tamara,
Okay.
maybe. But someone did ask, are you guys are
Oh
you guys
no.
enjoying season 20 so far? And it was
And the
overwhelming.
thread was,
Oh, the overwhelming response was boring.
oh,
So it's
so it's
not
not
just
just
us.
us. Okay. All right. Well, like
But
I said, I am going to be optimistic.
yes, but listen, let us know your
I
thoughts on the episode Raindrops. Let us know in the Spotify comments. And like Alexis said, come next week. I am going to read Alexis the comments. So you
Yay.
have an opportunity, Raindrops, to get your name shouted out
Yeah,
on.
let's do three. Do at least one from each of the chains you just said. At least
Yes,
three comments, so one of from each, and let's just see what the you're going to see the overall consensus anyway. But like, yeah, to read three will be fun. I would love to hear three of the best ones. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
Okay.
actually into that. So we'll do that. So Alexis, I will see you next week. Keep your faith beautiful, lifted, and
No
gorgeous.
more facelifts for a decade. We're
You're
good.
good. You're good. You're good. All right. I love you, baby doll. Have a good
I love you
weekend.
guys. Bye.
Bye bye.